Hi guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here today with my next design team project for Susan Taylor Brown, who is Poppiness on Etsy, and I'll link all of her stuff below. This actual project started when I got this. I'm gonna move this to the side. I got this amazing book from my husband for Christmas. I got a lot of amazing things from my husband for Christmas. He knows exactly what I like. He went to the antique malls and he found me all kinds of stuff. So I was just super excited. My kids thought I was crazy, but I was happy because it was what I wanted, right? Anyway, this book is from 1934, I believe. It's called Birds of America. I love the cover. It's a little damaged, but I might find a way to use it anyway someday. But right now it still has lots of pages in it. I did pull some out for this particular project, but it's just awesome. It has a lot of cool black and white illustrations and pictures and text that I love. But for this project, I used the color plates. Oh, I mean, come on, how gorgeous are these? But I didn't want to have to cut them, and I didn't want to have to fold them like the wrong way. Like, this isn't a good example because these are landscape pictures, but let me try to find, you'll see when we get into the journal, but like, I didn't want to have to, take this or this and fold it, this way, to fit into, a smaller journal. So I was, like, oh, what can I do so that I can keep these, original? Like, I just didn't want to have to cut them down at all. And they're, oh, that one's gorgeous. They are about 11 inches tall. I mean, that's pretty tall, right? So anyway, I was trying to, think about that since Christmas, and I'm just gonna sit this down. I'll be right back. I wasn't really, stressing too much. I mean, it's only January, whatever. And I knew that it's not like I had to do something right away. But then I saw a post on Instagram is where I think I saw it first. The name of her name is Marissa. That's her actual name. And she is My Papers, Paints, and Pens on YouTube. And I think it's something similar to that on Instagram. Anyway, she had won a giveaway that I did on Instagram, and so I had been following her, and she did this project, and it was something I had never seen before. And so I asked her if she had, a tutorial for it, and she hadn't, but she did one, and I was so excited. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who asked, so it wasn't like it was just for me, but I was like, oh, that's so cool, So she did a tutorial, and I just fell in love with this, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. But anyway, it was perfect for that book. So I had, I had the book, I had the journal plan, and then the amazing kits from Susan. Like, it just all fell together, like, in the past couple weeks. So I was super excited. All right, so the kits that I used that are Susan's, the first one is called Beautiful Birds. And I said that slowly because I knew I was probably going to mess it up. You get this whole sheet of these adorable, not adorable, they're not adorable, I mean they are, but they're beautiful little mini bird images, like, vintage old book pages, I'm guessing, because they have, or, plates or something. They're just awesome. And as you can see, I have a ton left. I mean, you get so many of them. I even had some that I tore, that I didn't end up using. So I'm going to hold on to those because, I mean, there's so many. I could probably have told you how many, but I forgot to count and I forgot to look it up. So anyway, it's a lot. I mean, this is an 8.5 by 11 originally, whatever that works out to be. But they're just gorgeous. I mean, look at that peacock, right? So pretty. So you get that in the kit. You get this gorgeous background page. and I love the writing in the background. And she carried that over onto the background of the journaling cards. So you get 8 journaling cards, and I just printed this out onto regular copy paper just to show you, because, you know, obviously I've already put them in the book. But I love that for a lot of reasons. But one, I am a horrible cutter. Like, I am not good at cutting a straight line. I don't know which day of kindergarten I missed and failed cutting, but I can't do it. So I love when designers put something in the background besides just a white page, so that if I don't feel like cutting straight on the line, I don't have to. So I just used my paper trimmer, and I didn't have to worry about it being completely straight because I had this beautiful background. So yay, like, I love that. I love when my fussy cuts have something else, so that I don't have this stark white paper that I have to try and, you know, ink and whatever. This is a brilliant idea. I don't know, Susan, if you did this on purpose or if you're just brilliant, or both. But I was very happy about that. So you get 8 of them, and look how pretty these are. They're just gorgeous. So that is the Birds Beautiful Birds kit. Okay, and then I used her set of nature quotes, and this is set number 3. I believe there are 3 in total, but she has lots of kits with quotes about different things. So check her out, because you get 3 different colors. Let me see if I can separate them. I think there are 4 sheets in each color. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you get this gorgeous, it's like a very faint eco dyeing background. It's gorgeous. So there are, you know, you get the 4 in that color. You get the same quotes, 4 pages in this beautiful green, and then 4 pages of the same quotes in this eco dyed background. Just gorgeous. So, I mean, again, you see where I pulled some out. Basically, I used all the ones that I think I used all the ones that had birds in them for this particular book, because that's the topic, birds, right? So this is a monster height-wise, so I had to really zoom out. But I am so excited to show this to you. And I want to thank Marissa again at My Papers, Paints, and Pens, because I don't know if she was the original one to come up with this idea, or if somebody else has done this, but I had never seen this before, and I am in love. I am in love. So if you have large books, or large anything that you want to put into, you know, pages that you want to put into a journal, and you're like, oh, I'll never be able to use these because I'm going to have to cut them down. You don't have to. This is like the perfect solution. So it is 12 inches tall, and approximately, I think it's like 6 1/4-ish. You know, it's kind of hard to tell because it's so fat. Wide. Yeah, get the words out, Emily. So actually, I think it was, 12 inches tall. I did write it down. I don't know why I didn't just look at my notes. By about 5 3/4, but it's kind of closer to 6. That's the large journal. And then there's an itty bitty tiny journal that's glued to the front. It's not itty bitty, but it's more normal size. And it is 4 3/4 wide by 6 1/4. And you can pretty much like customize your, I'll link her video below so you can watch her tutorial, but you can, kind of make this work with whatever you have and whatever size you want to do. All right, I'm going to try to calm myself down because I'm super excited. All right, so here is the spine. It is basically one signature, one ginormous signature. Just 3 whole pamphlets stitched together. Okay. And it is, I'll tell you the number of pages now. Total in the whole thing, including both pieces, it's 404 pages front and back in this beefcake of a journal, right? I left tons of space for writing. I did not over embellish this at all. The I wanted to showcase the beautiful pages from that book, and I wanted there to be plenty of space for writing. And I used other book pages as well, so you'll see as we go through. And I'm not going to tell you where all the pages came from in the video. I will type them all out in my Etsy description, because this will be for sale in my Etsy shop when this video uploads. So if you want to know where I got the book pages, you can go and just check out my description, because it's just too many to tell you. We'll be here for a year. But there's a lot of just blank writing space. I used Susan's 2 kits, and then I used some of the graphics and images are from the Graphics Fairy, and then some of them are from, a couple of the images are from, her name is H. Zern Perry, and she is a part of Printables for Your Junk Journaling with TLC Facebook group. And she has been, if you're not a part of that group, I'll link it below, go check it out, because between the owner of that group, I'm not sure what you call her. Anyway, her name is Paulette Slater, and she has, she's a digital designer, but between her and Zern, they have been uploading like these amazing free vintage things that you can print out. So go check them out. And then I also used real vintage ledger pages and such, and you'll see that. But I also used a kit by Lorna Taylor, Tailor Made Journals. She has an amazing vintage ledgers kit, and I printed those out and used those as well. So you'll see that throughout, but I wanted to make sure that I gave everybody credit. Oh, I also have those background pages I always go to from Tina's Lavender Serenity kit. I use those too. So I'll link all of that below. All right, I think that's all. That was 13. Oh my gosh, that was 13 minutes of me babbling on. Okay, let's get to the actual book, because I'm super excited. All right, so it is the closure here. You can see it wraps around. Let me show you the back first. It's just easier. These are 2 of the minis that come in Susan's kit on the back. Okay, so this is the closure here, and it's just glued down right here. I used these stamp images come from the Graphics Fairy, and I just used those on the spine because I just thought it kind of needed something there. And then it just unties here. Now, this is the best part. Okay, so I just added a little bead on this end so you don't lose your string. Okay, and the reason I didn't do that on this side is because you have to take this string out in order to open the big journal. Okay, we're gonna look at the little journal first, but this was so amazing to me. You know, again, I'm sure, I don't know, maybe Marissa was the first one to ever do this, but this little piece here holds, and I knotted the end, but it still goes through the holes, holds this shut while you're working in the big journal. So it's not flopping around, because otherwise it would just be this floppy mess, right? And you'd be bending pages and everything. So you can basically leave this attached if you want to just work in the big part of the journal. And you can tie this up here, and that'll stay out of your way while you're inside the big one. Does that make sense? Let's just look at it. All right, so I did use Tim Holtz Wallflowers paper too in here. All right, so this is the little journal. This was a piece that I made in a 3 and 30 challenge video. Just some corrugated Tim Holtz ephemera, you know, just some like layering and such. For the cover is just a piece of tea-dyed cardstock. And I feel like this one's gonna be a little harder to see because I zoomed out so far. So let me hold it up while we go through it. I'm gonna go pretty fast. This is one of the quotes from Susan. And then I didn't want to cut any pages down. This was a smaller bird book that I had. So I just folded, and then you end up with a pocket. And this is a Tim Holtz wallflower journaling card. And then you've just got graph paper. There's some more book page in here, ledger paper, Edith Holden, another of these book pages. And this is an empty pocket for you to fill with your own treasures. This is some of my, I think I talk about it in the next, in like a couple days, because I'm filming these ahead. So I'm not going to go into it now because this video is already getting long. But basically I dyed paper with spinach. So stay tuned. In a couple days, you'll see a video explaining how I did that. All right. So I'm just going to get through here. Here's another wallflower journaling card. So this one alone is 84 pages front and back. Another little flip there, another empty pocket. And then this is where I used Susan's background page. So I printed it out, I think at 75%, if I'm remembering correctly. And I just thought it was perfect for the middle of the little journal. And then on the back, I actually think this is a background page from my porch prints. And then I just folded the ledger paper. So it gives you more horizontal space. Is that what I want to say? Without it being so wide. I guess that's what it pretty much boils down to. By folding the pages, you get, you know, all these flip outs and stuff. Another Tim Holtz card. I love these in the Wallflower paper pad because they're already, you know, the right size. They're perfect. All right, so that is that. And then back here, I used another one of those little minis from Susan's kit, and I layered it onto this was called chocolate brown sari silk, and I agree with that, but it tends to look even like almost maroon or burgundy, maybe is the right word. Anyway, I just layered it up back behind there for some, you know, interest, and I used just a piece of a book page. It's nothing special, and just inked it up really well. All right, so then when you're done with the small journal, like I said, you just take your knotted end and lace it back through there. And then just tie it. I mean, if I could tie, maybe I missed that day in kindergarten too. I don't know. You just tie it up, and then that will stay out of your way nicely while you're in the big part. Now, let me see if I can get this back in frame here. Okay, I don't know. I thought the lace was a good idea. I think I talk about the lace in the next couple days as well. Anyway, I'm trying it out. I don't know. I thought it was prettier than the craft mat, but it's kind of getting in my way, so I'm not sure that I made a good decision there. All right, so basically this flap is made with an envelope, and I added the Tim Holtz Wallflower paper to give it more strength. And then it's just a craft colored envelope that I very heavily inked. I added one of Susan's quotes with some cheesecloth, one of the adorable little minis that comes in her kit, and inside is one of the journaling cards. And then on the back is where I used Tina's backgrounds. And then I'm not going to say this for everything. Just if you're interested in what, I'll tell you Susan's, because this is a design team project for Susan. I'll tell you when it's her kit. Otherwise, I'm not going to say every single one because it's going to get way too annoying. So if you want to know where they are, I've linked all of that below, and you can go and check it out or ask me in the comments, okay? We're going to tag back here. And then this is one of Susan's journaling cards, and I just added it because this was completely blank here. Now this is another book of birds that I have that I love. And then one of her minis, and then this flips out. You've got tons of writing space, a tag here, and just a little tuck spot. And then this is some vintage ledger. This was the book that inspired it all. And again, I didn't want to have to fold anything that then you wouldn't be able to see it. So I just folded them over. This is vintage computer, that old type of computer printer paper. This is a record, like an album, a vinyl insert sleeve. Some more vintage ledger. If I don't tell you that it's vintage ledger, then it's from Tailor Made Journals. This is an Edith Holden page. I just wanted like a whole bunch of different sized and different width and all of that. This is tea dyed. Some more vintage. And now the other one side is going to be upside down because this was like in a calendar format. So when you would flip the page, you would have like a calendar does. So one page is always going to be upside down. So I apologize for that, but I didn't think it mattered a whole lot. Some vintage graph paper. This is from a German handwriting book, a vintage. It's pretty old. Some more bird images, more vintage like graph paper, a computation book, I think it was. Some Edith Holden. And I'm gonna kind of like, we'll go through a little bit, but then it pretty much repeats itself throughout. So I'm not gonna show you every page, or again, we'll be here for a year, and I'll just skip to the pages that have things on them. So on this side, you have one of Susan's journaling cards. I love those red birds. So pretty. And then on the other side, I'm just gonna take the clip off because it's easier. On the other side, this opens up and then you have an envelope. This one I did also on a 3 and 30 challenge. And inside here is a little, it's a piece of the Tim Holtz wallflower paper, and I just folded it in half. So you have some journaling space back there. And then this little piece kind of sticks out the top so you can see it from outside of the book a little bit. I tried not to overdo it, but I can't help myself. I have to have bits and pieces and such. And then I'm horrible at doing these when I'm actually filming, so bear with me. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna kind of skip through pretty fast here to the next section. So this is a paper clip that I made. That was another 3 and 30. So you have a magazine image on there. It's not probably going to show up real great on the camera, but I covered it with tea bag paper. And then this is Tim Holtz paper back here. And then one of Susan's gorgeous quotes. And then this is a very large journaling card. And that's a snag-free paper clip, so you can just push that right on there. And let's see, let's skip ahead. But I love this so very much. Here's another one of Susan's journaling cards. And I love all the flip out parts, and yeah, I'm just super excited. I want to show you every page. I know I keep saying I'm not going to, but I want to. All right, we'll go a little faster here. Let's see. See, you can see I didn't go overboard, right? So here's another piece I did in a 3 and 30 challenge, and then one of Susan's cards, journaling cards in the back, and a tag here as well. And that just tucks in there like that. And then I used a Tim Holtz slot pocket, and I just added these stamps and these little mini tags. These are all Graphics Fairy. More of that German book on handwriting. This is from an Edith Holden birthday book. And then we're to the other side. So now I'm just going to really flip through. So this is a little booklet I made. It's Tim Holtz paper, and then one of Susan's little minis, and a quote on the front. And then on the inside is another one of those tea bag paper covered magazine images. And then that just slips on here, and I just used a gold paper clip to hold it. And then here's another just little tuck spot. And then this was another printable from Paulette Slater on that Facebook group, so you can check that out if you're interested. But I just added a Tracy Fox phrase there, spread your wings, and some cheesecloth. And it was actually like a fold over here, so I put one of Susan's minis on the back, and I created like a little booklet of tea dyed paper, and that's just stapled right in the middle. And then that holds or clips on to here. You probably wouldn't have to use the clip, but I love these clips, and I'm almost out of them. It's so sad. All right. Oh, I love that page. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm kind of contemplating keeping it for myself, but I don't really journal, and there's so much space to write in here. I feel like it would be a waste for me to keep it. All right. Let's see. Oh, lots and lots of space to write, as you can see. Gorgeous. Okay, and then this one I didn't clip down, but I used Tim Holtz paper and one of Susan's quotes on the front. I used some more of that chocolate brown sari silk that looks more maroon than chocolate. And I just made a little notepad on the inside with tea dye paper. And it literally just is not clipped down. It's just sitting on the top of this page. And then this is just a little envelope clipped on the side here. And there's a little journaling card inside. Oh no, I lost the little, oh, I will fix that. Okay, sorry about that. I knew if I didn't fix it now, I would forget, and I didn't want to. Both of these are from the Graphics Fairy. And that is just clipped on there. And I might have missed the other one. I think the other one is up front, and I must have gone past it, so, but there are two of those. And then this is just all paper and book pages. And then we've got this page. This is from, I believe, Zern on that Facebook group. And then two of Susan's lovely, oh, I love these guys. I think these are my favorite. They're so colorful, and that's why I put them on this page, because this is so colorful. And we're almost to the end, guys. It is a beast. All right, and then this is from the Graphics Fairy as well, but I added one of Susan's quotes at the bottom, and then one of her little minis on the top. There were minis in other places too. I think I probably went past them. And then inside, this is actually like an envelope or a pocket, is a journaling card that I made. And there's a quote on the back. And then it's actually a tuck spot as well. Oops, go in there. There we go. Nope, go in there. Okay. For one of Susan's journaling cards. I think these are pheasants. Oh, sorry, there's glue. There we go. I don't know if those are pheasants. Quail? I don't know. I don't know my birds. I think these are quail, not pheasant. They might be neither. I can't read it. And then this larger piece. Those just go back here. All right, guys, that's it. I used this giant graph paper, and it's really thick cardstock. It was perfect for this. Found it at a thrift store. I have a whole pad of it And I had no idea what I'd ever use it for, but it's absolutely perfect as a cover for this type of journal. So that's what I did. I hope you guys like this. I am in love with it. Like I said, I will get it listed here before this video finishes uploading, so it's ready. If you want to go check it out, it'll be linked below. And yeah, let me know what you think, because this is something new for me, and I like trying new things, but then at the same time I want to make sure that it's something that people are going to be interested in, because otherwise it's, you know, kind of silly. But I really enjoyed making it. I want to thank Marissa again at My Papers, Paints and Pens on YouTube. And yeah, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having a great day watching me tie a bow. And I will see you soon. I'll be back soon. I'm not sure. I think tomorrow. You will see something from me tomorrow. All right, guys, have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.